Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Generation Films. My name is Alan. I always get nervous when I see Sean Bean arrive on screen. It stems back to when I was a child in the theater seeing Lord of the Rings for the first time. Watching Boromir get penetrated by several orc arrows was devastating for me. I felt bad for Boromir, and as I saw Sean Bean in more films, I also started feeling bad for him. He's a man who seems to be constantly screwed over by Hollywood. Sean Bean doesn't get to be the true king of Gondor, he's just the son of the steward. He doesn't get to be 007, he's just 006, and when he finally becomes a lord of his own small kingdom, he's spirited away on some fool's errand. He's always one number short, one step behind, just enough for him to get slaughtered and gutted like a pig in about 30% of the films he's in, which is a real shame. When Sean Bean is on screen, he captures the attention of the audience. The lines he delivers has a real weight behind them that only a man with his feet firmly rooted to the ground can deliver. Sean Bean is an everyman. He resonates with audiences because we all know what it's like to be screwed over. And seeing Sean Bean screwed over time and time again on the screen, we feel like he's more relatable. We feel like he understands what us little guys are going through on a daily basis, which is why today's episode is dedicated to Sean Bean. And no, we're not going to talk about all the times that he has died. We're going to talk about 5 movies in which we totally thought he was going to die, but he didn't. When I heard the film Troy wasn't very faithful to its original source and that Sean Bean was playing Odysseus, I thought to myself, oh no, are they going to kill Odysseus before he even goes on his Odyssey? That would just be wrong. But as I started watching the movie, I realized everyone was dying in the film. Hector, Achilles, Achilles' cousin, the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, Menelaus, and basically all the men in Troy besides Legolas. But no, when the fires died down in Troy, Sean Bean was left standing, alive and well. Who knows, maybe he'll even survive Hollywood's version of the Odyssey. When you see Sean Bean in a Silent Hill movie, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, what kind of gruesome death will he get? Will he get burnt alive by some evil cult, or will some demon nurses without faces cut him into little pieces? Or will he just get trapped in Silent Hill forever? But no, somehow Sean Bean makes it through the entire film untouched. It's a miracle. And then in the sequel Silent Hill Revelations, Sean Bean gets kidnapped pretty early on. Jon Snow also stars in the movie. And I thought to myself, well, yeah, here it goes. You know, Ned Stark all over again, Sean Bean will be dying. But no, by the end of the movie, Sean Bean survives. It's a miracle. Starring alongside Nick Cage in a film is a terrifying proposition. He's a great actor and all, but it seems like most of the movies he's in are just completely awful. And then there's the man himself. When he's not dressed in a bear suit punching women in the face, he's, well, I guess it's kind of hard to follow that. But when starring opposite of Nick Cage in National Treasure, Sean Bean recalled going over to Cage's home where they hung out and had some drinks and played some pool. Cage apparently knocked over some ancient cave bear's skull and it shattered on the floor. Nick Cage went full Nick Cage, and Sean Bean, who was probably fearing for his life, offered to help Nick Cage bury the bear skull in some field outside. Whatever kind of sacred burial ritual they performed, it seemed to kind of work, because not only was National Treasure a great box office success, Sean Bean also survived until the end of the movie, despite being the bad guy. There are very few things I hate more than Matt Damon, but one of those things is Matt Damon starring in a movie where basically humanity is using its entire space resources to rescue him. They should have just left them behind. They also should have left them behind in Interstellar. They also should have left them behind in Saving Private Ryan. How many more people have to die so this douchebag continues living? So naturally, when I saw Sean Bean in the film, I felt a spike of anxiety. But when I learned that he was playing a NASA flight coordinator named Mitch Henderson, I was put to ease. He would be stationed on Earth and relatively safe, or so I thought. We then learned that Sean Bean is a part of a secret project called Elrond. That really worried me because the last time Sean Bean had anything to do with that elf bastard, he became a pincushion for orc arrows. And then it dawned to me. They were going to sacrifice Sean Bean for the unworthy Matt Damon. This almost made me lose hope in humanity. But luckily it didn't happen. Sean Bean makes it to the end. In Adam Sandler's video game meets real-life comedy, one wouldn't expect gruesome deaths and destruction. That was before I saw Sean Bean's name in the cast. In the film, Bean is once again reunited with Agamemnon, and the two play military men who are completely out of their element in this alien video game onslaught. In one scene, they come within inches of being crushed by a giant centipede. But luckily, Adam Sandler comes in for the save. No one really knows why Sean Bean has to die in so many films. Some say it's because he works on an hourly rate and will only accept magical gold rings as pay. Others say the three-headed goat demon god that most Hollywood producers worship loves the taste of Sean Bean's blood, which I heard is 20% Marlboro Red, Sheffield Ale, and tears. Whatever is the case, one does not simply assume that Sean Bean will always have to die in films. Perhaps one day the film industry will realize that Sean Bean is an extremely talented actor who deserves to finally get some leading roles on the big screen. Until then, we'll just have to watch him on TV in shows like Broken, which I heard is actually quite good and accurately depicts how depressing the UK is. Well guys, thanks for joining us today. My name is Alan, reminding you that life is a movie and you are the protagonist.